guys, what's going on? We got another talk. All right, hopefully you can hear me well. Today is Friday. I pulled over so I can show you real quick before I scurry on to work. All right, so I was doing that shirt on that video, and so this is how it looks like. This is oh, I don't know if you can see it. It's glitter. There we go. All right, it's a lot of glitter in there, but it's not the type that comes off, as you can see right here. So yeah. Oh man, I got bags mine. So that was one of them. This is the one you saw in the video that I threw. All right, bam. So I got the shirt set and ready. I'm about to deliver it to the customer, and from there got it nicely folded. All right, I'm not driving yet, so just wanted to pause to show you what we got going on. So like I said, I delivered, got the shirt set ready. This is not something that had a time date on it. It was basically me doing as a favor on my own time. But yeah, we got it going, we got it set. Here it is, the two of them. All right, if you're here, like and subscribe. This is Levi Apparel. We're doing big things here. All right, I want to talk to you about something I had promised I was gonna do, but I have to go back on my promise, and it was for good reasons, because if I didn't, I was gonna have a meltdown. All right, cool. So who we got here? Same day 44. What's going on? All right, good. Hey, this is we're trying to do it live at least 3 times a day. I mean 3 times a week, and the whole purpose is to do like daily minutes. That was me. All right, cool. Now it's time to get on with the show. All right, so 2 things happened to me. Alright, so 2 things happened to me today, and I don't know what to say. It's peril related. It's not something devastating, right? Got the sun on me right now. All right, so yeah, I was supposed to convert the HP T100. I ran into some issues, so I couldn't really hold on. Yeah, I couldn't really just get it done, and because I had some issues, which was part of it was mindset. I've gotten to the point in my t-shirt company where I've maxed out my spending amount. Like, I still have fundings to spend on the company, but I had a projected amount and I've already maxed it out. The reason why is because the EM1010 I got, and we're gonna talk about that. Oh, I should probably list what's going on for upcoming week, and also to wrap up this week. So to wrap up this week, the HP T100 was a flop. Not because it couldn't be done. I could do it. I bought the extra cartridges, so now I have, let's see, I have one in the machine, one loaded, Yeah, one in the machines, one that's full of ink, and I believe I have a fourth one that I recently just purchased. So no, maybe a third. How many do I have? So I have to think a little bit. So I think I got a fourth one, but I'm not sure where I put it, so I'm not gonna count it. Anyway, so I have 3 cartridges, one in the machine, one loaded with ink, and one I just purchased that's empty. It's in case you want to get refillable cartridges, I usually go to Owl Ink or I go to Amazon. When you go to Amazon, you want to look for the 711 HP T100 printer refillable cartridge, and then it'll take you right to it. All right. So upon trying to fill the third set of ink I got to be sublimation, I came up with a little bit of hiccup. And that hiccup was, I have another channel that I'm about to launch. I got the logo for it, everything. And it's going to be a religious channel. But I'm not doing a non-profit. I'm doing it in the more non-traditional way. And the reason why I'm doing it in the non-traditional way is because I feel that if you have a religious channel, whether it be for congregational purposes or not, there's a lack of accountability that goes into the amount of spending that's spent, like in the business, that I want to try to stay away from, because the more accountable you are, the more you can actually achieve your goals. Because the more you make, the more sometimes people's bad side come out, sometimes people's good side come out. I would prefer to keep myself on a level where I'm constantly accountable. That way I can deliver what I need to as far as good results. So yeah, I'm starting that, and also I have another religious line that I'm going to be starting. So because of the religious line I was going to start for clothing, I was thinking about using the HPT 100 as a large format sublimation printer. But then I realized, even though I converted, what if something goes wrong? Which is why I said in a previous video for the daily events about the HPT 100, you should think really hard before you do it. The reason why, like, my reason for going through with getting the cartridge and everything and setting it up to actually convert it is because, and not converting it, is because I looked at the price of the printer, and for some reason I had I got a fright that was a little scary. I don't know, in my mind was, what if something goes wrong? And I'm thinking to myself, like, so what? What if something goes wrong? I know how to fine tune these machines and like make changes and shit, like pardon me, and stuff like that. And then I said to myself, you know what? Maybe this conscience just came over me for a reason, because it's basically just fear. But sometimes it's good to have a little bit of fear because it helps you make the right decisions. And I'm at a stop sign right now. We got Pink's Teas and Things. Hi, hey, what's up? If you're here, thank you for liking and subscribing. Keep listening. I usually do this, I'm trying to do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And the reason why is because I noticed at my job, they do monthly meetings where we have meetings and talk about what's going on, what's going to change, what's not going to change, and how we need to do better or just stay steady. So I went to incorporate that into my channel because I figured since all you guys pretty much who are watching are usually business owners and want to know how to do certain things to improve. You know, so that's why I'm doing it. But anyway, so here we are at the point of just changing the HPT 100, and I just can't for the life of me for some reason. I don't know, I just see so much potential with it with just the regular ink that it's using, because I haven't even scratched the surface of what it can do with just the regular ink. And then I was thinking to myself, like, why do that with a printer that's that large? And if I mess it up, it's on me. And I'm thinking, like, you know what? So I thought like this. It's best if I just use another printer. And okay, I'm gonna have to do large format printing, but it's okay because with the other printer that I can possibly get, I can still do the same exact thing. Oh shit, there's traffic. That is a whole lot of traffic. Wow. Damn it, this week was so good. Man, this is why it's hard having a 9 to 5 when you gotta actually get on the road and freaking go to work. And then you get into situations like this where there's like tons of traffic. It's crazy. It makes working 9 to 5 really hard because the roads are not being taken care of, and the way that you can have time to get to where you're going. Man, this sucks. Alright, anyways, I guess we got snail pace to work, but it's okay. Alright. Anyways, so I did not convert the HPT 100 to just get to the point. And like I said before, the reason was I was just thinking about like just leaving it for just doing what it was meant to do, just stuff with regular ink. I don't think I want to. I've done heat transfers with it, you know, and I will do heat transfers with it, but when it comes to switching the ink to a different type of ink, I don't think I'm gonna do that, you know. I have other printers in my shop that I can do that too, and I think that's what I'm gonna use. However, I did say in the beginning I'm in some hot water, and the reason why I'm in some hot water is because part of the reason of switching it over is because I went to do all over prints, and I had somebody give me some shirts to do all over prints, and I've been meaning to change the HPT 100 so I can do it, but now it's like it's a feat that I feel it's not impossible, but I just don't want to put my printer through that. You know, I want to focus on having a printer that does one dedicated thing, and so literally one printer that's true to what it does. So far with my so I get into traffic. Okay, back on track. Alright, so far with my Epson 7710, I've been able to convert it back and forth. And I remember originally I had said I was going to convert it from DTF to sublimation. And that should have been the goal from the start. The Epson 7710 is a really affordable machine. 16x17. Now, also with the HPT 100, the reason why I really was hesitant to convert it is because you have to put a lot of printhead cleans in order for you to get a true sublimation print. And I just feel like that'd be such a waste, and eventually the machine is gonna know, like, yo, something's going on, I'm just gonna shut down or just not work. You know, I mean, if that did happen, all you have to do is put the original HP ink in there. It will recognize the machine is fine, it's using regular HP ink, and good to go. But then I'm thinking about, like, yo, do I really want printhead cleanings and then for the machine to just be like, give me issues? But I could just do this thing on my Epson 7710. It doesn't give me that whole, oh, I don't recognize your ink stuff. And all it will do is just tell me the ink that I'm using is not what the manufacturers intended it. It's not from the Epson manufacturer. I just press OK. It just says, okay, cool, I'm gonna print. And then that's it. So I'm gonna instead, I've already converted to sublimation, and then I converted to what's that thing called, DTF. Now I think I may have to reconvert it back to sublimation, but I don't know. I'm still thinking. But for now, or I might just, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I might just get another printer that is dedicated to just sublimation, you know? So I just put sublimation ink on it and it just does sublimation. That is a potential, maybe, but I'm running out of funding and I really don't want to spend on it. However, I got my YouTube money, and with the YouTube money, there's a printer I was looking at. Now my wife is gonna go berserk because she's gonna be like, yo, you got all these printers that does this and that, and now you get more. Now I just can't help it because it's weird to explain. Like, when you have, you know, when you have the, sorry, I paused a little bit. Stady was out. I lost my train of thought also. Alright, so I have many printers in the shop, but they all do the same thing except in different ways. All my printers can print on shirts. My HPT 100 can print on shirt, but it can't print like the DTF prints. All it does, it uses regular ink, printer ink, to print on a printable heat transfer blank, and then I can transfer that blank into my shirt. Meaning, I usually do that when it's like funeral shirts, because I know people wear funeral shirts like that. So what I'll do is I'll get me some like, what's that? ProSoft, and I'll either get ProSoft light or dark, and what I'll do is I'll just print it on my regular HPT 100, because I can do multiple prints, no problem, and I don't have to worry about changing ink or anything like that. And I just throw that on there and I just print, you know? So that's what my HPT 100 is used for. I have, so I call that printer number one because it's the most expensive one, like regular printer. It's about 1,200 now and climbing. I have another printer that's regular ink also. That's my Canon, I think 16. Yeah, I usually do 11 by 17s on it. All right. And the reason why is because, I do 11 by 17 and I print for, I only use that for screen printing only. I create a screen printing workstation. It's in the bottom of that workstation, and I have it there just to remind me only do screen printing with it. I have screen printing film underneath there, and that's all I do with it. All right, that's number 2. Number 3, I have the Epson 7710. I used to do sublimation on it, but now I do DTF light because it doesn't have enough ink cartridges. It only has 4, so you can't do the white on it to print on the dark. So I only do DTF light colors only. All right, because the ink is transparent, so whatever shirt you put it on is going to be the color of the shirt. So if you put it white, if you put it on white, it's gonna, whatever image you have, you'll see it. If you put it on black, whatever image you have will be hard to see. But you can put it on any type of fabric that you want, so long as it's light colors, right? That's my Epson 7710. I converted to DTF. Now, the issue with that was it was supposed to be converted to DTF and sublimation, but now I'm having second thoughts about that printer because I'm saying to myself, like, well, why mess with the ink when it's already loaded, it's already prepped and ready, and I used to get light color shirts anyways. Like, what's the difference? And I have my brand that I can do tons of stuff with this. You know, it has a soft hand feel, almost like sublimation, right? Like, I really don't need this printer to do anything else but that. Like, I love the fact that this printer can do prints on any type of fabrics, light colors, and it's so soft. It's so soft, it's amazing. Like, I'm still thinking back to when I did that first video on it and I printed my logo, and yo, that thing felt as soft as my sweater right now. I was like, wow. Like, it's so amazing. If you guys don't have a DTF printer, because they usually cost upwards of $2,000, they convert it for you and they set it up for you, all that stuff, send it with ink. If you get a chance, right? If you're watching this later, you can rewatch this. I'll put on the link, Amazon links. You can get the DTF ink, the DTF transfer, DTF film transfers, and powder. Also ink. You put all them together on your Epson 7710, do a few print runs, print on a shirt. It's gonna feel so magnificent. Like, you're gonna love it, man. Like, you're gonna be like, whoa. I think I may change my business just only light color shirts, because you can do any shirt you want. Like, you can do light color polyester, light color cotton, light color nylon, blends, mix, whatever. Yo, this print is fire, man. Like, to the point where, like, now I'm like, yo, and you can leave the ink for a long time, since it doesn't have the white ink with it, because the white ink is heavy, so it tends to clog your system a lot faster. The light inks are almost just like regular ink, except a tad bit thicker because the formula in it, but it doesn't have lots of metals in it, so it doesn't clog your system. Like, I can use it right now, and it's been 2 months since I use it, right? Because I haven't had any orders for light colors, you know? Also, you can print black, regular black ink on it, no problem, and the prints come out quick, because you don't have to worry about the RIP software. The RIP software on the DTF printers, what it does is it forces the printer to does. Because of that, the printer has to receive the information, convey the information, and then whatever software that you're using has to say, okay, cool, the printer gets it, let's go ahead and print. And that process takes seconds, to minutes, depending on what you're printing and how small it is, right? But without a DTF software, if you're just printing, it's as if you're printing a regular piece of paper. It just prints. You send the logo to the printer gets the image, the printer goes, all right, I'm printing. It doesn't have to think, okay, actually, you know what? I usually do light colors for these other cartridges that's not the black, yellow, magenta, and blue, cyan or red. Let me just print white on these other light colors. It doesn't have to think about that. It just says, okay, cool, you want me to print? I printed. Now what? You want more prints? Here it is. Here's some more prints. And I love that feature about it. So that's another printer that I'm thinking about not converting to Sublimation because of that. Like, its purpose was to be a dual printer, but now I'm like, yo, why go to the hassle when I can just leave it like that? You know, and these two printers, the HPT 100 and the Epson 7710, I think they're going to be very crucial in my humble beginnings towards having like a large apparel brand or custom design brand. Like, it's gonna take me far. They both of those printers are going to take me far, right? Because with the HPT 100, I can do books with it. Oh yeah, you can do books, just so you know. It prints in rolls, so because it prints in rolls, you can set it up so you print multi-pages, and then the machine just cuts it out. It doesn't cut out each individual section, that's up to you, but it'll print as long as you want it and as much as you want, and it just does one clean to just cut the paper if you print them out of rolls. If you just load the papers, it will just continuously just print. And since it's a large printer, it has lots of ink and it's ready. And if you're like me and you buy extra cartridges ready to go with ink, and you create your own ink station, what you do is you let it print. Let's say you have 1,000 images you're gonna print. You let it print. Once it gets to, like, I say maybe 300 or 400, it starts to let you know, hey, I'm gonna need some ink. Before the next job goes through, you open the printer section, all job stops, you refill the ink, because remember, if you have a ink refill station, you've already refilled a set of inks, you remove the inks that's in the printer, you put the new set of inks, you refill the one that was in the printer, ready to go. Or if you're like me, you have 3 sets. You have one filled in the printer, one already filled, one ready to be filled or already filled. So you just swap them, bam, 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 and you're ready to go, right? You can do that. You can do heat transfers on it, right? Funerals, whatever. You can do, what else? You can do posters. All you have to do is just get it laminated, and you just laminate it. I've done tons of posters with my HPT 100. I have tons of videos on that. Like, you can do, hell, you can do posters, you can do like flyers, somebody who has like this event coming up, you can do flyers with it. You can do so many things, and there's different medias that you can throw on there, right? So that's why I don't want to let go of the HPT 100 to be converted to Sublimation, because Sublimation is going to kind of limit me to only one type of ink. Even though I can change the ink back to regular ink, I don't want to go through that hassle. I just want a printer that's just sitting there waiting for Sublimation to work. So I think that's where I'm getting at. Again, I'm smiling because I'm thinking, like, if my wife sees this, it's gonna be like, oh, here we go again, another printer. But that printer that I'm going to get for Sublimation, oh, I just gave it up. I'm gonna get another printer. Alright guys, I'm getting another printer. You know what I'm saying? So the reason why is because, again, it just makes so much sense to just have a dedicated sublimation printer. You know, I was thinking about doing that whole swapping back and forth, like I said, and I just don't see myself doing it. You know, I'm just gonna get a brand new printer and use that printer, convert it to sublimation, and then from there, you know, all over prints with it. I already have the setup to do all over prints. I full body cardboards that I set up with what's that thing called? I forgot what it's called. But I set it up with what's that thing called? The thing you put on the shirt when you're heat pressing. I don't know what it's called. But anyways, Teflon sheet. Now I established it with some Teflon sheets, so like it's durable, it's ready to go, and I have several of them for different size shirts, so I'm ready to do all over prints. It's just the printer I was thinking about doing it with, it's just not happening. It's not happening because I don't want to convert it. I want to do just that one thing, and I don't want to do the hassle of doing it. So what's gonna happen is I'm thinking about seeing if there's another Epson 7710 maybe I can get, because I have the cartridges for it. It would make sense to just use that instead of getting a new printer with new cartridges. You know? So that's where I'm at. I mean, the other thing I was thinking about is to get a, what's that thing called? One of those printers that have the refillable. So I just load it up with sublimation ink, and I just don't need to worry about anything else. You know, I don't need to do anything else but it doing sublimation ink. And with the refill tank, I see how low it is, and just refill it as needed. You know, that's the other thing I was looking at. But the only issue with refill tank is this: if your printer around and that thing goes upside down or tips, you're in for it. These are kind of like the issues I have right now, but they're not much. If I do, like, what I really want to get, one with the eco tank, so I don't have to worry about converting nothing. Throw them in there and call it in, you know. And that's basically my plan right now. The other refillable cartridges I have for my Epson 7710, what I'm thinking about doing is keeping them for, sorry guys, I'm driving, so I can't realign your messages, but the extra cartridges I have for my Epson 7710, I'm thinking about just keeping FTF so I can just easily swap the inks out. And the reason why is because the printer itself doesn't know that I have a refillable cartridge. It just thinks that there's ink, and so long as I have the refillable in there, they just gonna keep thinking there's ink, no matter how low the ink is. So I have extra now. I can swap them just like I do with my HPT 100 now. So those are the 3 printers. I have a 4th one. Actually, I have 5. The 4th one is the dedicated. Like, this one can't be changed at all. Like, it is the dedicated DTF. ITF dark because it has 6 channels. 2 of them are white. The other ones are just regular colors. Black. I'll say blue, red, and yellow. So with those, with that printer being dedicated to DTF, I can't touch it. I'm not going to touch it. That's DTF dark it does. That's my Epson 900. I do have another printer, and that printer, it puts me to shame. Like, I don't know, maybe it's me. That printer's been with me for a very long time. I started shop. Since I started doing this, before I even started the channel, around 2015, I have the old school Sawgrass printer. It is a Sawgrass 3110 DW. The W stands for Wi-Fi, right? And that printer has been with me for so long. It's crazy. Like, but the issue I have with that printer is mad ghetto. Like, if I wanted to print something, I literally have to, like, I have to turn it off, turn it back on, and then after doing all that, hope that it prints, because sometimes the paper gets jammed, and then once the paper gets jammed, it's gonna keep trying to print, then paper jam. It's still laying ink, which means I'm losing ink and I'm losing time. So for that reason, instead of like getting the new generation Sawgrass, I say, you know what? I'd rather just get the Epson. They're easy to convert. The ink flow is good, and they don't have too much clogs, because the channel that they use, I don't know, their line is usually cleaner, and I don't know if it's because of their system, the way they set it up, but I barely have any jams, any ink issues, you know, thank God. So now that printer is the only one I have that's dedicated for sublimation printing. Like I said, it's been given some issues, and I really don't want to have to deal with it. I want this thing out. Like, if you turn it on, what it does is it does like this ink check, and it sucks like almost like a good portion of your ink, to the point where like the ink well itself gets filled to the point where like now you have to buy a whole new cartridge of ink. So you can imagine, you have to at all, or you've printed like maybe half of what you usually print, and so you've lost like tons with that ink. So for that reason, I think that printer is going to be out of the shop. I'm going to list it on what do you call it, on eBay, and see if anybody wants it. I may just list it with a low price, enough that if I ship it, I don't have to worry about losing much. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna donate this thing. Yeah, I'm gonna donate so I can get a write-off from my company. And also, you know what? I'm gonna label it Sublimation printer. So whoever gets it, it does work. It will print sublimation prints. It's just a little finicky. But if you get this, like let's say I Goodwill for, I don't know, $20, when this thing is worth a lot more, and the returns that's going to give you on just one shirt, that's literally, you can do it for $25, and if they set the print out for $20, you've already made the amount of the printer plus, and then you can do tons of shirts for years and make thousands of money back. So I think that's the goal. We're gonna donate the sublimation printer, and we're gonna get a new sublimation printer for the shop. Coming up for next week, now that we've gotten the shirts out of the way and we've gotten the issue of the sublimation printing out of the way, definitely need to work on the embroidery, so I'm gonna start doing more embroidery stuff. The reason is because I have a thousands of dollars worth embroidery machine sitting in my shop. I haven't finished the classes yet, and it's just losing value as it just sits there because I'm not putting it to work. And if anything happens, then I'm out of shirts, I'm out of, you know, a machine. And you know, in order for machines to work, you have to oil them and take care of them, and the only way to do that is to turn them on, to actually use them. So the goal for next week is to do an embroidery project before Friday. That's the goal for next week. Before Friday, or post it by Friday. That's the goal. So next week, expect more DTF, more embroidery, and the week after that, I may do something where I start my merch for my new religious line or whatever, or for my new t-shirt line. And in there, I'm gonna be doing a whole lot of like shirts, different styles, because I got a whole lot of stuff that I need to introduce to the channel that I haven't even started yet. You know, I got tie-dye, whatever I can do, that stuff that you've seen on TikTok, that's just waiting. So for those who don't want to buy a machine, who just want to stick to screen printing and tie-dye, I'll do stuff like that soon. There's many things coming. You know, just like and subscribe and stay tuned. This is Levi Apparel. Alright, so HPT 100 is not getting converted to Sublimation. I'm gonna get a new Sublimation printer, and we're going to be doing more embroidery, and in the future some tie-dye, and also screen printing is coming. Alright, like and subscribe. This is Levi Apparel. Alright, peace.